Solomon Northrup is an expert player on the violin.
I was born a free man, lived with my family in New York.
Be good for your mother.
Until the day I was deceived.
To Solomon.
Kidnapped. Sold into slavery.
Well, boy, how you feel now?
My name is Solomon Northrup. I'm a free man, and you have no right whatsoever to detain me.
Here again for another movie review. Today we have the highly acclaimed drama 12 Years a Slave, starring Chiwetel Ejiofor, Benedict Cumberbatch, Brad Pitt, Michael Fassbender, among others, and is directed by Stephen McQueen. 12 Years a Slave is about the horrific true story about this man, Solomon Northrup, who was a free man living in New York in the 19th century, and he gets tricked and kidnapped and forced back into slavery as a free man, and this film recalls the 12 years that he was wrongly accused of being a slave. This film has had nothing but praise, I think, since its premiere at TIFF a couple months ago, and I've been wanting to see the movie for a while. It's been out for a couple weeks here in LA, but I just got the chance to see it this past weekend, and all I can say that it is truly a masterpiece. The performances in this movie are probably the best acting, maybe this is the best acting ensemble I've seen this whole year. First of all, I just want to give a major shout out to Chiwetel Ejiofor as Solomon Northrup. He was fantastic, he was so perfectly cast in this role, because he's well known enough to be like, oh, I know that guy, but he's not famous enough to where I see him in this role. I really bought him as the character, as the real guy, Solomon. And this guy can do more in one facial expression than most actors could do with like a whole monologue. I mean, he's just really everything in his eyes, just the way his mouth moves, and you really just get the sense of trepidation and anguish that the guy goes through in every scene. He was fantastic. Also, Michael Fassbender is deliciously evil in this movie as the slave owner Epps, who is just a sadistic bastard, and he was fantastic, scary as shit. Brad Pitt's also in the movie near the last 10-15 minutes or so, and he's really great. There's a ton of people in here. Benedict Cumberbatch, who else is there? There's a ton. Paul Giamatti shows up for a little bit. Huge cast, all fantastic. This is a film that really everyone should see. Whether you like this movie or not for whatever reason, I think it's still a movie that you should recommend to people because it's an important movie. It's a movie, the first movie I've really seen about slavery that is just 100% authentic and doesn't take a side really. It just shows you the horrific stuff that happened in this time. It doesn't hold any punches. It shows you everything. It's definitely not a movie for the squeamish, but it should be like that. It should show the brutalities and just the irresponsibility and cruelty that that these people have to go through. And I love that. I think that that's necessary. While it may be incredibly hard to watch for some, I still think that's the only way that you could have really made this movie responsibly. And because of that, just the emotional impact and the emotional investment is just all that much greater, and it's just really horrific when you think that all of this was true. I don't like using the word masterpiece, but I really think that applies here because Stephen McQueen really directs the hell out of this movie. One, cinematography, maybe the best I've seen this year. I know I said Gravity probably won't. The Gravity is an experience, just a movie theater experience, but just in terms of straight up cinematography, I think this is damn right up there. I mean, there's some shots that just look absolutely incredible. McQueen also brings the sense of humidity and just sweat and just the sense of hopelessness and the conditions that these people have to work with. You feel like you're there in the swamp, in the humid South, and it really just adds to the tragedy that these people had to go through on a daily basis. The movie is just really a gut-wrenching experience. Just like I said, everything from the acting to the directing to Hans Zimmer's beautiful score just really creates this fantastic movie. I really can't say, I mean, I can make a nitpick or two, but there would really be no point. It's just an incredibly moving, important, and just downright exhausting film at some points, but I think it's definitely worth it. I think it's a movie that you must see, even if you don't like it. Like I said, I think it's a movie that has to be seen by everybody. I think it's the best movie I've seen this year. So I definitely gotta give 12 Years a Slave 5 stars out of 5-star rating. So if you saw 12 Years a Slave, what did you think about? Who is your favorite performance in the film? What did you think of the movie? Of course, was it as effective as I thought it was? Would you agree with the term masterpiece here? It's not a term I like to use a lot, but I really thought the film was just magnificently put together. If you like this review, please subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.
I was a free man. I'm not a slave.